Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. In this video, I want to show you my honest review, and I hope I will be able to highlight all the pros and cons of this product. So let's begin.
Mark Wilson was born with two healthy, strong legs. And if he just learned about this one little-known but common superfood that can help to reverse diabetes, he might still be walking on both of his legs today. But 6 months ago, surgeons sliced off half his right leg and left Mark with a stump for the rest of his life. That's because Mark was one of over 30 million Americans who have type 2 diabetes. But like 1 in 4 people, he didn't know it. Mark only discovered his diabetes after visiting his doctor about a foot sore that wouldn't heal. That's when his doctor told him he had diabetes, but by then, it was already too late. Mark's out-of-control blood sugar had ravaged his blood cells and reduced blood flow to his leg so badly he developed a diabetic foot ulcer, and his leg had to be amputated, or it literally would have rotted off. Hi, I'm Rob Walker, registered dietitian and certified holistic nutritionist. And when I heard Mark's story from a colleague, I counted myself lucky that I'd been able to spot and fix my blood sugar problems in time, and how fortunate I've been to discover the one little-known superfood that has the ability to stop diabetes in its tracks. This amazing superfood boosts insulin sensitivity, lowers and controls blood sugar, and even maintains healthy cholesterol levels to not only combat diabetes, but also reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. Yet chances are, you won't hear doctors mention it because they're so interwoven into the fabric of the big pharmaceutical companies. That's why more than half of all amputations each year in the U.S. are from diabetes, and why roughly 200 Americans tragically lose a limb every single day, just like Mark. Oh, and Mark is a real person by the way. I changed his name to protect his privacy. If you've been diagnosed with diabetes, I know how frustrating it can be. Nobody wants to wind up losing a limb, in addition to all the other painful complications and diseases closely linked to out-of-control blood sugar, like blindness, kidney failure, and even cancer and Alzheimer's disease. To avoid all this, we're ready to do whatever doctors tell us. Take the meds, count the carbs, constantly test blood sugar levels. And that's when you horribly realize something. When you live with diabetes, you have a second full-time job. But instead of making you money, this second job drains you of hundreds of dollars each month for lancet needles, test strips, medication, insulin shots, and extra lab tests. On top of that, you run the risk every day of a frantic race to the emergency room if your blood sugar levels get too low or high. If you've experienced any of this, it does not have to be this way. As I said, I'm Rob Walker, registered dietitian and certified holistic nutritionist, and in this short presentation, I'm going to reveal my surprisingly simple discovery for how you can easily have healthy blood sugar today, and even reverse your type 2 diabetes, just by getting this superfood into your diet. This solution for healthy blood sugar works by flipping one small switch inside the cells of your body. Flipping this switch boosts insulin sensitivity, lowers blood sugar by up to 70 points, and even helps type 2 diabetics get off insulin injections and risky, expensive drugs like Invokana, Actos, and Metformin. And that adds up to better overall health and more money in your pocket to do the things you'd rather be doing than giving it away to the big drug companies. You'll be amazed how simple it is to flip the blood sugar switch, just like I was when I put the solution to work for myself. This solution rescued me from the threat of diabetes, and in today's free presentation, I'm going to show you exactly how to flip the switch using this breakthrough superfood that's transformed the lives of thousands of people just like you. Plus, I'll reveal 3 simple tricks that you could do today to lower and control your blood sugar. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by tip 2, because it debunks a big myth about blood sugar and foods you may think are off limits, like this juicy steak. I'm also going to reveal a 60-second trick I use to instantly lower blood sugar, so I can indulge in my favorite desserts, like this slice of chocolate cake. Yeah, real chocolate cake. Not some tiny little micro slice that you could get lost under a teaspoon or from the recipe of a weird cake that tastes awful. So keep watching, because I think you're going to love it. Now to be clear, if you're currently taking blood sugar drugs, I'm not recommending that you ditch them cold turkey. What I am suggesting is that you lower your blood sugar naturally until your doctor happily cancels further prescriptions, because drugs only treat the symptoms, but never the root causes. The solution I'll be describing treats the root cause, and it's completely natural. So let's get started and dive into the 3 tips I just mentioned. Number 1. Avoid cooking or making salad dressings with corn oil, cottonseed, or soybean oil. These oils top the list of oils swimming in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, you do need some omega-6s in your diet for normal health. Yet research shows that too many omega-6s can lead to inflammation, insulin resistance, and diabetes. And study shows that Americans roughly eat 16 times more omega-6s than they should from processed and packaged foods. To get out of this food danger zone, choose oils like extra virgin olive oil, which is rich in anti-inflammatory omega-3s. You can also find omega-3s in foods like salmon, spinach, and cod liver. Number 2, enjoy foods that you may think are off limits. And I'm specifically talking about healthy dietary fat found in foods like steak, fresh fish, and olives. For years, we were all told that all fat is bad for us. Yet, not all fats are the same, and healthy fats are great fuel for your body, with 225% more energy per gram than 1 gram of carbohydrates. More important, this energy source does not cause blood sugar levels to rise or flood your body with insulin. That's why adding healthy fats into your diet is critical to reversing insulin resistance and stopping dangerous blood sugar spikes. In published studies by the American Society of Clinical Nutrition, people with type 2 diabetes who ate healthy fats, roughly equal to their daily carb intake, showed 40% lower blood sugar levels than people who ate a carb-heavy diet. If you follow the 2 tips I just mentioned and do them every day without fail, they should help you see a change in your blood sugar. But here's the really big tip. This is the one big tip that the big pharmaceutical companies do not want you to know about. Because this is the secret I discovered that helped me beat diabetes, even when I couldn't eat right every day or find the foods at the market. This tip will allow you to eat the right foods you love and still keep your blood sugars under control. Because this tip actually forces your body to flip your blood sugar switch back on. Now, before I get into my final tip, allow me to give you some context. When it comes to controlling carbs in your diet to control blood sugar, it's not as simple as skipping a spoonful of sugar in your coffee or tea. Prepared supermarket foods usually come loaded with sugar, and you're likely eating more sugar than you realize because the word sugar rarely tops any ingredient list. When excess glucose is free to roam through your blood system, it's like a corrosive acid slowly destroying your body, one organ at a time, like when it causes blindness by destroying the blood vessels in the back of your eye, or burst blood vessels in your kidneys to cause total kidney failure. That's why nearly 1 in 4 Americans are walking around right now without a clue that their blood sugar control has turned against them, ravaging blood cells and damaging nerves year after year. Until in many cases, they literally cannot walk any longer because of damaged limbs caused by out-of-control blood sugar, and the only option left for doctors is to slice off a foot. Roughly 67% of all amputations performed in the U.S. are a direct cause of out-of-control blood glucose, and roughly 50% of people who suffer a foot amputation die within 5 years. But these problems can be completely avoided simply by flipping your blood sugar switch back to the on position. And what I discovered in my research that flips this switch back on is something so simple and safe, but surprisingly powerful, that health professionals around the world are now starting to recognize it as the diabetes breakthrough we've been waiting for. It turns out that this diabetes breakthrough is derived from a very special and specific form of cinnamon. That's right, cinnamon. But not just any kind of cinnamon. Since ancient times, cinnamon has been known and used as a medicine to lower blood sugar and improve cardiovascular health. But I'm not talking about the kind of cinnamon you find in grocery stores or in most common supplements. That kind tends to be cheap cassia cinnamon, which is fine as a light sprinkle across cereal or specialty coffee. Yet, cassia cinnamon is just ground-up cinnamon bark that contains all of its compounds. That includes a natural plant chemical called coumarin, and in high amounts, coumarin can be toxic to your liver. The kind of cinnamon I'm referring to that safely switches your blood sugar switch back on without the risk of coumarin or any side effects is called Ceylon cinnamon, which is also known as true cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon boosts insulin sensitivity, lowers and controls blood sugar levels, and even lowers cholesterol, unlike any superfood on the market. Because it's so safe, a lot can be used to deliver its benefits. And the effectiveness and safety of Ceylon cinnamon has been 5 human clinical trials, all published in peer-reviewed journals. Now, unfortunately, Ceylon cinnamon is so rare and highly prized that you won't find it in the spice section of your grocery store. That means few people ever have the chance to get Ceylon cinnamon into their daily diet. So you've got a couple of choices here. You could take those first two diet tips I gave you earlier, and if you're taking careful notes and stick with them every day, you will likely see some positive improvement. However, if you do want to take advantage of the power of Ceylon cinnamon and put it to work for you today to boost insulin sensitivity, lower blood sugar, and even lower cholesterol, here's the option I recommend. I've combined my years of research with the breakthrough work of Dr. Yeboah and the manufacturing team at Healthy Habits to develop a fast-acting, all-natural, affordable, and proven effective supplement called StrictionD. This is the simple solution that finally solved my blood sugar problems and turned my health around and saved me from ever having to consider dangerous and expensive drugs. StrictionD is what I continue to use today, so I never have to worry about the scourge of diabetes. If I wasn't completely confident that StrictionD could do the same for you, I wouldn't be staking my reputation on it, neither would Dr. Ben. And if the science didn't support the efficacy of StrictionD, we never would have passed the rigorous standards of a 20-plus-year-old brand like Healthy Habits. What makes this formula so effective is the purity and the bioavailability of Ceylon cinnamon in twice the amount used in the clinical studies. This simple solution zeroes in on the exact nutrients you can take today to boost your insulin sensitivity, fix and heal your blood sugar, and reverse type 2 diabetes without relying on dangerous drugs, spending a fortune on food, or wasting a lot of time. So, how fast can you see the results? But before I get to that, let me tell you about two other powerhouse nutrients we've bundled into StrictionD. First, 56 milligrams of GlucoHelp to lower fasting glucose and postprandial blood glucose levels. GlucoHelp is a proprietary, standardized, and highly effective natural extract of the banaba leaf, which is native to Southeast Asia and has been used for centuries as an herbal tea. Clinical studies have shown it to reduce blood glucose by up to 30% in just 2 weeks. Secondly, 20 milligrams of proprietary chromium, called Chrominex 3+, to further boost insulin sensitivity while supporting both healthy endothelial function and healthy cholesterol levels. Produced through a 100% water extraction process, Chrominex 3+ has been clinically shown to be the most effective of all chromium preparations on the market. And as a nice bonus, studies also show that Chrominex 3+ may help to relieve arthritic pain. When you add these two powerhouse nutrients to the pure premium Ceylon cinnamon inside every capsule of StrictionD, you have the very best all-natural solution to your blood sugar problems. Most of my clients using StrictionD notice almost immediate improvements. They're no longer struggling to pass that 3 p.m. energy slump. Of course, the amount of improvement depends on several factors, including how closely you follow the StrictionD plan. I'm not promising that StrictionD will reverse your blood sugar or diabetes overnight. These problems weren't made in a day, and anyone who tells you they could be fixed in a day isn't being honest with you. But I know the results of StrictionD firsthand, and I know that with correct nutritional support, our bodies possess the powerful ability to heal themselves. Now, you may believe that a solution that could do this much for you would cost at least $150 per month, and in all honesty, it really should, given the rare, pharmaceutical-grade ingredients it's made from. After all, without your health, you really have nothing, so money should be out of the question considering the potential danger diabetes can have. But you won't pay that, because keeping StrictionD affordable for the masses was one of my key considerations when developing it, as I want to help as many people as possible, because it's a fact that diabetes and the diseases that it leads to are at epidemic levels. But it's an epidemic we are now able to defeat, and I'm on a mission to make this a reality before Big Pharma has this presentation shut down. We've worked extremely hard with our formulators and suppliers to get the price of a month's supply of StrictionD reduced by 60%. That's less than you'd pay to take your significant other out for a meal in a decent restaurant. This is your chance to fix your blood sugar problems naturally, starting today, before they do any more damage to your body. And it's your best chance, in my view, of avoiding or reversing full-blown diabetes and all of its life-destroying complications, like blindness and amputations. Plus, as a bonus side effect, you'll be working to protect yourself against diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's. And let me make this decision even easier. I don't want you to risk a single dime of your money. If you aren't completely satisfied with StrictionD for any reason whatsoever, even if you just don't like the colors on the bottle, Then you could call the friendly support team at Healthy Habits to request a refund within a full 365 days and get your money back. This means you can try it risk-free, and I promise, 365 days is more than enough time to see whether it's working for you. And if it doesn't work, or you just don't like it, simply send an email to customer support at healthyhabits.com, and you'll be reimbursed, no questions. So what have you got to lose? Does this all sound good, reasonable, and fair to you? If yes, the next step is to click I want StrictionD below. Once you do, you'll be taken to a 100% safe and secure order form. You're protected with the highest levels of encryption and security. These are the same 256-bit secure ordering servers used by trusted companies like Amazon and other leading internet companies. Once your order is processed, you can expect StrictionD to arrive at your home or office by USPS within 5 to 7 business days. If you're ready to lower your blood sugar the natural way, go ahead and click the I want StrictionD button below now. I'm excited for you to get started on this journey to better health, and I look forward to hearing about your amazing results. Still here? Let me answer some frequently asked questions. Question: does taking StrictionD mean I have to avoid carbs completely? Answer: not at all. You haven't eaten your last cupcake. If you recall earlier in tip 2, people who roughly ate a 50-50 diet of healthy fats and sensible carbs had lower blood sugar levels than people who ate a carb-heavy diet. So just be smart about enjoying the right carbs in moderation. Question: can I take StrictionD if I currently take diabetes medication? Answer: StrictionD is made with natural ingredients and is considered safe and extremely effective for nearly everyone. However, if you take prescription medications or have a medical condition, I recommend that you show a bottle of StrictionD to your physician and/or pharmacist for proper approval. You can always return it later with the full 365-day no-rush satisfaction guarantee. Question: does StrictionD cure type 1 diabetes? Answer: type 1 diabetes is when your pancreas does not produce any insulin at all. While lowering your blood sugar with StrictionD is extremely helpful, this by itself will not regenerate the beta cells in your pancreas that produce insulin. But what StrictionD will do is reduce your carb load so that you don't need so much insulin in your injections. Question: what about type 2 diabetes? Does StrictionD cure that? Answer: technically, the medical profession doesn't allow for type 2 diabetes to be cured. When symptoms are gone, type 2 diabetes is said to be in remission, even if that remission lasts a lifetime. As such, StrictionD is more accurately called a treatment for type 2 diabetes. Question: what about exercise? Does Striction help with that? Answer: generally speaking, increased insulin sensitivity leads to increased energy. So exercise generally begins to feel easier than it did before StrictionD. But again, this is a general rule. If your regular exercise involves climbing mountains, for example, then StrictionD alone may not meet your energy needs. But for everyday exercise, you will notice increased energy with your insulin sensitivity increases. And this brings me to the 60-second trick I promised to reveal. I use it to instantly lower blood sugar so I can indulge in my favorite desserts, and you can do it anywhere. The next time you eat a slice of cake or another sweet treat, and you're worried about spiking your blood sugar, excuse yourself to the bathroom or bedroom for a 60-second micro-workout that engages a large muscle group like your legs. I recommend air squats or lunges. Researchers call this exercise snacking because brief bursts of high-intensity exercise burn stored glucose in your muscles, leaving them hungry for the extra glucose from your dessert. Question: are there any allergy concerns with StrictionD? Answer: StrictionD uses natural ingredients proven to boost insulin sensitivity, lower blood sugar, and even lower both LDL and total cholesterol. All of the ingredients are listed on the label, but if you have any concerns, you should contact your physician before using the product. Question: is it safe to order StrictionD online? Answer: absolutely. You'll order StrictionD through a 256-bit secure server and enjoy the same level of safety as you would ordering online from Amazon. Still not sure? Remember that you have a 365-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you're not completely satisfied with StrictionD, just send it back and you get your purchase price back. So you've got nothing to lose. Click I want StrictionD below, and I'll make sure your order is on its way to you within 24 hours.
Cool, right? Click the link in the description for my price discounted special.